the entertainment industry is facing a major turning point as Netflix's proposed multi-billion-dollar deal involving Warner Bros. Discovery comes under intense scrutiny from U.S. regulators. What initially appeared to be a transformative move for the streaming industry is now facing a potential roadblock after reports revealed that the U.S. Department of Justice has launched an antitrust review into the transaction. According to reports, following recent Senate Judiciary Subcommittee hearings on antitrust and competition policy, the Justice Department has begun examining whether the deal could strengthen Netflix's market dominance or limit fair competition within the entertainment industry. As part of the investigation, civil subpoenas have reportedly been issued to other entertainment companies to determine whether Netflix has engaged in conduct that could entrench monopoly power or reduce competitive opportunities for rivals, from Netflix's perspective. However, this review is being described as a routine step in large-scale mergers and acquisitions. Company representatives argue that regulatory scrutiny is expected in deals of this magnitude and insist that the merger would ultimately benefit consumers, creators, and the broader U.S. economy. Netflix highlights its expanding investment in American entertainment, noting that production activity now spans all 50 states, alongside significant infrastructure investments and workforce expansion in recent years. The company's central argument revolves around combining complementary strengths. Netflix currently dominates global streaming distribution but lacks the decades of iconic intellectual property and theatrical infrastructure that Warner Bros. Discovery possesses. By bringing together Netflix's global distribution capabilities with Warner Bros.' historic franchises and studio resources, executives claim the deal would allow more content to reach audiences worldwide at lower costs. However, concerns from lawmakers and industry observers remain significant. Some senators have expressed fears that such consolidation could give Netflix excessive control over the streaming ecosystem, potentially allowing it to become a single dominant platform in an already competitive digital entertainment space. Critics argue that the merger could reduce bargaining power for creators, particularly writers and producers who rely on multiple buyers competing for their content. The creative community, once enthusiastic about Netflix as an alternative to traditional studios, has grown increasingly cautious. Many creators worry that fewer major buyers in the marketplace could lead to weaker negotiating leverage and fewer opportunities overall. Netflix counters this by pointing to its history of increasing content investment, even during periods when other studios reduced spending, claiming the so-called Netflix effect has allowed creators to reach global audiences on an unprecedented scale. Pricing is another major concern raised by regulators and consumers alike. With a large overlap between Netflix and HBO Max subscribers, questions have emerged about whether consolidation would eventually lead to higher subscription costs. Netflix maintains that the opposite would occur, arguing that bundled offerings could provide more content at better value, while maintaining affordability compared to competitors. Another important issue discussed during regulatory hearings involves theatrical releases. Netflix representatives have indicated that major Warner Bros. Films would continue receiving theatrical releases, committing to an industry-standard 45-day exclusive theatrical window before streaming availability. This assurance is aimed at calming concerns from theater operators and industry unions who fear streaming-first strategies could undermine traditional cinema distribution. Despite the controversy, Netflix insists the streaming landscape remains highly competitive, pointing out that it still competes heavily with companies like Disney and platforms such as YouTube for viewer attention. Company executives argue that consumers ultimately decide market winners each time they pick up a remote and choose what to watch. As regulatory reviews continue, the outcome of this investigation could reshape the future of streaming, determine how much consolidation regulators are willing to allow, and set a precedent for future media mergers. Whether this deal becomes a model for innovation or a warning sign about market concentration now depends on regulators, lawmakers, and the evolving dynamics of the global entertainment industry. For now, the industry waits as one of the most significant entertainment deals in recent history moves through regulatory examination, a process that could redefine the balance of power in streaming for years to come.